Now we can look at that middle relationship in verse 3 and apply those truths of value and equality to this relationship. 1 Corinthians 11, verse 3 in the NLT says, the head of woman is man. The ESV brings out the correct context here. So the ESV in 11:3b, the middle, says the head of a wife is her husband. Literally, all scholars that we read, all scholars agree that Paul is speaking in a marriage context here because, and if you've ever been in an authoritative, abusive type church, which there's about a zillion of them, that what they don't understand is the Bible does not teach that every man has a headship position or authority over every woman. The Bible teaches that the husband is called by God to take this headship position in the relationship of the marriage and the family. So what does it mean? What does this headship position mean? The head of woman, the head of a wife is her husband. I'll tell you what it means. Husbands, listen, please. It means that you have been given the full responsibility, the full weight of responsibility to love your wife just as Christ loved the church, to die for her, and you've been given the complete responsibility to lead and guide your family in the ways of the Lord, in glorifying and honoring the Lord. All of that you are called to do in the same way that Jesus Christ is your head. Just as he leads and guides you, loves and leads you, you are called to love and lead your family. Let's see how that looks in the first relationship in verse 3. 1 Corinthians 11, verse 3. The head of every man is Christ. Again, I've said it before, but listen again. You can only understand the headship of a husband and wife, the headship of a husband with his wife, by understanding the headship of Jesus Christ in your own life. Men, husbands, fathers. When a man begins to understand his headship position in the light of Jesus Christ being his head, that man becomes greatly humbled and in reverent fear of the responsibility that God's given him. That's what happens. And that's when you know this man understands the weight of being the head of his marriage and his home, just as Christ is his head. It causes us to shake with fear, to accept the responsibility that God is calling me to love and to lead my wife and my family in the same way that Jesus Christ loves and leads me. And there is a day coming where I will be called to account for that. And so it doesn't bring authoritative dictatorship. It brings fear. It brings a reverent awe for a man to understand what it means to be called to be in that headship position in his family.